So, have you ever had that feeling that your brain is just, wired a little differently? Today, we're going to dive into 7 signs that suggest this feeling isn't just about your personality. It might actually point to something way deeper.
Yeah, it's that feeling, right? It's not about being better or worse, it's just a different frequency. You're the one who notices the little details, questions the stuff everyone else takes for granted, and feels things on a level that seems to just fly over other people's heads. If any of that sounds familiar, then you are absolutely in the right place.
And because you're on that different frequency, I'm willing to bet you've heard these kinds of labels your whole life. They're usually thrown around to kind of dismiss you. But here's a thought. What if those labels are actually pointing to something really profound going on just beneath the surface?
Okay, so this right here is the big shift we're talking about today. The old story, the one we've all been told, is that these are personality flaws. But the new reality, backed by psychology, says something totally different. It says these are actually byproducts of some seriously complex cognitive processing. The takeaway? You're not broken, not at all. Your brain is just wired for a level of depth that, frankly, a lot of our social systems just aren't designed to handle.
All right, let's get into sign number 1. Your mind never, ever fully shuts off. While other people seem to just flip a switch and turn off their thoughts at the end of the day, yours is always running. It's in the state of continuous processing. You don't just have an experience, do you? No, you analyze it, you decode it, you replay it over and over. And look, it's so easy to mistake this for just anxiety or overthinking, but it's not. Psychologists actually have a term for this: cognitive depth. Basically, it's your brain's default setting. It's automatically searching for patterns, analyzing experiences, looking for consequences, even when you're trying to chill out and relax. It really is a feature, not a bug.
Okay, on to sign number 2, and this one is a biggie. Do you get bored, incredibly fast? And do those repetitive, mind-numbing tasks or shallow small talk, do they feel almost physically painful to you? This isn't just you having a short attention span, I promise.
It's because your brain has what's called a meaning-first dopamine trigger. So while a lot of people get that little reward hit from, say, simple approval or just doing the same old routine, your brain is different. It needs complexity, it needs novelty, it needs a sense of purpose to stay engaged. And without that, your mind just, it shuts down from being understimulated.
Sign number 3. You think in layers, not straight lines. So where someone else might see a situation as black and white, simple cause and effect, you see the whole web. You see all the connections, the contradictions, the hidden possibilities that everyone else is missing. This is a reflection of a pretty rare ability called associative integration. It means you can pull ideas from completely separate fields like science and art and weave them together to form some brand new insight. And yeah, to other people, your ideas might sound too complex or all over the place, but for you, that's just an accurate picture of how the world actually works.
How about this one? Do you ever find yourself just completely drained after being in a crowded supermarket or at a loud party? That brings us right to sign number 4. You experience environmental overload. And let me be clear, this has nothing to do with being antisocial or shy.
What's really going on is likely something called high sensory processing sensitivity. Your brain is literally absorbing more data from your environment than the average person. We're talking subtle shifts in someone's tone of voice, the way the lights are flickering, all the background conversations at once. So when you need quiet, it's not because you're hiding, you're searching for cognitive quiet, so your brain can actually function at its best. All right, sign number 5. This is what's known as the strategic pause. Think about a chaotic situation. While everyone else is reacting instantly, just flying off the handle, you're the one who tends to pause. You observe. And to others, you might seem unnervingly calm, maybe even a little detached.
But this isn't a lack of feeling. Far from it. It's actually a sign of really advanced emotional regulation called cognitive inhibition. You just naturally create this little mental gap between an emotion and your reaction to it. And that gap, that's where you get to choose your response instead of just letting it happen. In a world that's so reactive, that is an absolute superpower.
Number 6, have you ever just felt like you've outgrown things? Maybe your friends, your job, or even that whole traditional life path you were told you were supposed to be on? If so, you're likely experiencing sign number 6, a value drift away from the majority. So why does this happen? Well, it's because your brain is fundamentally wired for independent thought. You rely way more on your own internal logic and validation than you do on social trends or what you're supposed to be doing. You're not someone who follows rules just because they're there. Nope, you need to understand the logic behind them and you need to actually agree with it.
And that brings us to our final sign, number 7. You have this rich, constant internal dialogue going on. And I want to be specific here. This isn't necessarily about comparing yourself to other people. It's a whole different kind of comparison.
This is what's called high self-reflective capacity. What you're doing is constantly comparing your current self to an internal ideal, to the person you know you could be. Now, I know it can feel absolutely exhausting sometimes, but that internal feedback loop is the very thing that makes you so mentally flexible and deeply self-aware.
So let's pull all of this together with an analogy. I want you to think of your brain as a high-performance supercomputer. All those glitches you feel, that social exhaustion, the intense boredom with simple stuff, the constant overthinking, those are not signs that the computer is broken. Not at all. They are signs that the hardware is just way too powerful for the simple, standard-issue operating system that society is trying to make it run.
So if these signs felt maybe a little uncomfortably familiar, I really want you to let this next part sink in. Your struggles are not flaws. They are the cost of having depth. It means you possess a capacity for insight, for connection, and for understanding that is genuinely rare and incredibly valuable.
And you know what? This wiring comes with some pretty incredible strengths. You rely on your own internal compass, not what everyone else is doing. You're mentally flexible, you're adaptable, and you have this profound capacity for self-awareness that allows you to just keep growing. Believe me, these are not small things.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Having a brain that's wired like this, it usually means you're not following some pre-written path that's been laid out for you. You're navigating life without a script. And yeah, that can feel really isolating at times, I get it. But it's also the very place where true originality is found and where a deeply meaningful life is born.